Welcome back to Girls Run These Worlds and another wonderful episode of Harsh Realms. I am your game facilitator, Riley Gritch. That's Gryc. Yes, I know that doesn't seem like the way you would spell it, but check is weird. And joining us at the table this week, we have, who wants to lead it off with introductions?
Hi, I'll lead it off, and then I'll take my go live selfies. Hi, I'm Renee Rhodes. I am playing Tara Troy tonight, and I'm hearing some echo.
It's gone.
It is
having
gone.
Minor technical issues
Now,
at the top of the
fine.
show. It's fine.
So, non-echoey Renee uses she/her pronouns. Echoey Renee does too. And I'm on Twitter at RayDNR, where you can find all of the projects that I am a part of, as well as cute pictures of my cats. But also, you can generally find me here Tuesday nights playing Harsh Realms with this incredible cast of folks. I'm over on Wandering DM's channel on Saturdays at 1 p.m. Eastern for a Scion game that is ongoing. And I also have podcast projects coming up, including an episode of a project I loved working on releasing next month for International Podcasting Month. So again, you can find that all on Twitter. Check it out, RayDNR. Follow everyone else here. Go.
Go.
Thank you. Kels, you want to lead us
Sure.
in
Hi,
this?
everybody. I'm Kels. I use she, they pronouns, and I am here on Harsh Realms. Really have been excited to be a part of this cast. This is the current show that I'm on as far as the internet, but you can also just find me at Public Hells pretty much anywhere. You can also find me at Red Scale Design, which is my art focused accounts. I make sculpture and I make jewelry inspired by fantasy and nerdy stuff. And if you like TTRPGs, you'll probably kind of like it. I just kicked my TV table. Everything's fine. That's all from me. Back to you.
Thank you. Love that. Appreciate it. Liza, how about you? How about you go next?
Hey, I'm Glyza. I go by they, them. Today I'll be playing Adriana or Andy Panganiban. I'm sure everything's going to be fine. I'm sure the stare that their dad gave to them was not painful at all, and they're not thinking about it right now. Anyway, I'm a person of many hats. I'm a podcast host. I'm a writer. I'm a variety streamer. I'm a talk show host of a show called Trial Run. It's a show where I interview different TTRPG personalities, creators, players, GMs, and everything else in between. I create a character with them and run them through a quick one-shot. Speaking of TTRPG personalities, I guess I am one as well. I'm on a show every day from Tuesday to Sunday this week. So if you miss me today, it's fine. You can see me somewhere else tomorrow, the day after. You'll see me twice on Sunday. But to see all of the stuff I'm in, just check out bio.link/Classical Glyza, or just look for me everywhere on the socials at Classical Glyza, but especially on Twitter, because I not only make all of my announcements there, I guess I'm funny sometimes. Yeah.
Always. Thank you, Glyza. And finally, our producer and last player for this week.
Hi everyone, I'm Chris or Christiana. You can find me at Carpet Christie on all the socials, but I'm usually most active on Twitter because I don't know, I'm self-destructive. I can be found on this channel on Tuesdays, where I am in and I produce the show. Thank you so much for the opportunity to learn how to do this at Girls Run These Worlds. Y'all are awesome. And on Saturdays, sometimes on TTRPG, the channel on Twitch, I am in another game with Riley, where she is just as incredible. Doesn't always get to be as creepy. We play Avatar: The Last Airbender, Reclamation. Glyza, fun fact, was also in 2 episodes of our first season as a fuckboy. And anyway,
Yeah,
I am
that is correct.
That's true. That's just
and they
straight
did
facts.
it so well. I straight up held a knife to his throat. So they were doing something right.
True.
What else do I do? Oh, I write for games and stuff. So if you ever need that, hit me up. I also do sensitivity reading and other things in terms of performing. If you need something to get done, you can just ask. I can probably do it because I wear a lot of hats too, but they're usually just like hidden away in a closet. Anyway, I am on a lot of ibuprofen right now, so let's fucking do this.
Let's do it! And on that note, this episode is sponsored by ibuprofen.
Please remember, we were sponsored by asthma. What else were we
Mhm.
sponsored by? ADHD
Yep.
and ibuprofen. I can never pronounce that word properly.
Ibuprofen.
I'll just.
It's difficult. Because it's like ibuprofen, but it's spelled
Yeah.
ibuprofen, so it's.
Is it ibuprofen?
I just call it
or are we
Tylenol.
English
all
is
saying it
difícil.
wrong?
I always call it ibuprofen, like beautiful.
You know what? It's Tylenol.
beautiful profen. I'm a beautiful pro fan. That's how I've
Anyway.
always remembered.
Incredible mnemonic society. To give a little recap for those who may have missed last week's episode, our intrepid cast, after pulling down heaven and then escaping the in-between, managed to make it to a place, a near exact replica and copy. Whether it is the exact copy or not remains to be seen, but a reality in which everyone is there with themselves. We have Andy and Andy. We have Dee Dee and Darty. We have Nikki and Nikki. We have Tara and Tara. And as Manuel Panginiban drives away with the other Ravi and keeping Leo in track with them as well, the group begins to make their way from the Grange of Thrifton on the road to Melmont. Less a road, more a series of forest trails. Again, the first time you made it to Melmont from the Grange is at the north of town. Melmont, far outside the town to the southeast. So y'all are just headed down the trail the exact same way that you were that very first time in hopes of replicating that. At least I think that was the intended, yes.
You were
You want to
correct. I
speak
do want to make the slight correction of Jolly Ravi is the one that we sent
Please
in the
do.
car, and we kept other Ravi with us, which is very confusing. We understand, but one of them is from a different timeline, and we call that one other Ravi. This one's from the original timeline. He's also happier and funnier, and we like him better, and we sent him home to be safe. That's Jolly Ravi. Okay, that's it.
Yes, the good ship Jolly Ravi has set sail with Manuel Panginiban. Speaking of, actually, Tara, how about you go ahead and actually, how about all of you roll me a brains?
I got brains.
I got brains.
Yeah, you got brains. Everybody got brains. Brains for days.
10. And then I'm going to roll it again because it exploded.
Okay,
That's 12.
nice.
I got a 5.
6.
5. Okay, you didn't
Got it.
beat the mark of 6.
I got a
Did
6,
you get a
yeah.
6, Renee? Nice. Okay. What was yours, Chris?
I got a 12.
12. Okay. So 5 doesn't work. 6 makes it
I also
12,
got
you
a
said?
12.
And then also got a 12. But yours exploded.
Oh, yeah. So it's
Okay.
mine 10, and then I rolled again.
Yeah. I think to set the scene with these rolls, what are the two Nickies talking to
You know,
themselves
I think
about?
they're very
I'm
comfortable with
curious.
each other, actually. I think that it kind of goes something like this. So, do you like know all of my thoughts? I imagine I must, because if you're really me, then we have the same thoughts. Like, so like has Nate ever done a magic trick correctly? No. Okay. So like if you know everything that I know and I know that everything that you know, that means that we're like technically the same person, but you're just a little further ahead. Yeah, I think so. I think so. I think that's right. I don't know, that's kind of cool. Yeah? Yeah. That's how it went.
Round of applause, Kels. On the spot improvisation with yourself. That's just put that on a reel or something. My God. So we cut in on this scene of Nikki and Nikki having this conversation with themselves, and we move sort of up the line. I think Nikki's probably at the back of everything.
Sure, yeah.
Safe
I think
to
that
say?
she's just kind of like distracted, but like not super bothered.
Not super bothered. Okay. So let's pan the camera up. We've got Nikki in the back talking to herself. And then who's next in the marching order, do we think? Is it the Andes? I have a feeling it might. Would the Andes be bringing up the rear?
Honestly, I don't know how I feel about it.
Okay.
It could be either one. It could be like at the very front or at the very back to make sure everybody's okay, or at the very front to make sure to lead the proper. I'm just gonna do it at the very back to make sure everybody's okay and to also have a private conversation with my other Andy, with my Andy in the past, that kind of thing.
Yeah. What's the private conversation with the other Andy in your
It's
past?
me trying to convince the other Andy. It's the present, well, future and past. So I'm just gonna do that. The future Andy and the past Andy trying to convince each other that, you know, especially the future Andy saying, "Hey, you really don't have to go. I'm totally fine with disappearing." And then past Andy is like, "I'm gonna punch you in the face. Like, what are you doing?" And then it's like, I just wanna, if you forget everything that I went through, it doesn't change it. You're still you. I'm still you. You just forget the stuff, and it's okay. You don't lose much. And then past Andy is like, I really am going to punch you in the face now. Like, what are you doing? This is not cool. You know that.
Yeah. Fair. Would Tara or Dee Dee be next
So
in the marching order?
one of my questions is
Uh-huh.
where Ravi is. And I think as I'm saying it out loud, we probably tried to keep him in the middle
Interesting.
so that we have people around him.
Yeah.
No sudden moves type thing.
Yeah. I think with that input, and given the conversation that Ravi and Bhakti had last time, Ravi, I think after that very frigid where he speaks and then backs off, he's just going to back off into the center of the group. Probably along where Tara is walking, if that makes sense.
So my next question would be if Dee Dee is avoiding other Ravi or guarding other Ravi.
Good question, Dee Dee.
He has the gun. I just have the clip, so that's useless. Okay. I think she's avoiding him. I don't think she wants to be around him.
Okay. In that case, I do think Tara is walking alongside other Ravi. And keeping a close eye on him and holding hands with other Tara, who is no longer crying but is still biting her lip and is putting on a very see-through, determined face.
Gotcha. Okay. Now that we've got marching orders, Dee Dee, what are you up to? Ignoring Ravi at the front.
She is walking with other Dee Dee, trying to tell her what's going to happen, but not trying to give away too much information for fear of changing the timeline in a wrong way. So just it's more like moral support. Like, so it's going to be really scary, but you have to remember that if you lose your cool, the situation is no longer in your control, and you don't like that, right? Yeah, you're right. I don't like that. Like this is really weird. Yeah, I know. But you made it this far. The fact that I'm here means that you're going to make it. So, whatever is thrown at you, just take it. And remember, please, please remember to protect Tara at all times. I will. Yeah. I will. She's gonna need it. And the more support that she has, the more badass she becomes. Really? Tara? Yeah.
So cute.
I think it's at this
Got it.
point, marching through the woods. Sorry, no, you were going to say something more?
No.
You're good? Okay. I think it's at this point, marching through the woods, when talking with the other Andy, you just hear them all of a sudden say, "Hey, where'd what's her name go?
Who?
The one with the brother."
Celine.
Celine?
And looking all around, Andy, you were able to notice no sign of either Celine.
I immediately spin back to other Ravi and say, "What does this mean?
Decoherence.
What does that mean?"
Do we... Right, you remember the blinking thing I was telling you to do, right?
Yes.
When you don't focus attention on your surroundings for a time being, in these alternate realities, if you're not paying of a mindfulness, things can slip and decohere, right? It's like, what would an equivalent explanation be? Yes, you go to the doctor's office, you have those little books where they have the picture of one scene and then another scene in it, and you look at the one, and then the other one has three differences, yes?
Yes.
Spot the differences.
Okay,
Well, if you don't spot, the differences will be without you spotting them, whether you spot them or not. It's an observation. It's called observer's bias.
So being back in our original timeline, we can still slip away.
Yes, because this isn't, technically speaking, your original timeline.
Wait a minute, you said that it was.
Yes, that was for brevity's and convenience sake. I wasn't exactly prepared to get into the depths of it.
He's a liar. I know.
Are we surprised?
Not a liar. Everything. I just haven't had the moment to explain it all.
So wait. If this is not our original timeline,
Mm-hmm.
then sending them won't result in anything.
Not strictly true. Right. Crash course? Should we do a crash course? I'm okay to do crash course.
You have 30 seconds for this crash course.
Right, 30 seconds. He just stands there for a solid 10 seconds of it, pondering.
This is a waste of the 30 seconds.
Yeah, you hear, and after, when you say that, he just goes, "Da-da-da-da-da." Everything is different, but based upon the same. And every instantiation of every instance is completely and wholly separate part of the same causal finite reality. Does that make sense?
No.
So there's a main timeline and there's deviations from it, and everything will eventually happen the way it's supposed to happen, but there are going to be lots of paths to get there.
Yes. Quite right.
I didn't get that at all.
I think that's above my grade level.
And Andy is like, I know, I thought I was the older one here. I don't get anything.
He's very smart.
Yeah.
Yes,
Should
she
pay
is.
attention in school.
Except the problem is not all from the same branch. Does that make sense? It's when we think of multiple realities, we think of having a centralized origin. Yes? All of these are the same origin at the same time. It's like a marble race. You put a bunch in, see which one gets to the bottom. Sometimes they can crowd one another out. Sometimes they can hit the corner, fly off. Yes? Does this make sense? Yes. So, not paying attention to the marbles, Celine happens. Paying too close attention to the marbles, Nikki happens.
What do you mean?
What happened to
happens?
Nikki?
What happened to me? And she looks at herself like both versions of her look at herself like she might have grown extra arms.
The
Oh, you mean
thousands
the
of
growing the
clones.
extra arms?
Yes,
Okay.
the growing the extra arms and the yes.
The
Cells.
many Nickies.
Yes.
Okay.
The sea of Nikki, so to speak.
All right. Walk and talk.
Quite right. Let's West Wing this. And
So
then
where's
just begins
Celine
walking.
then?
Dee Dee,
How do we
Sorry?
get her back?
Oh no, there is no getting her back. She's dead.
What?
What?
No.
Why are you
Hold on.
like this?
Yes, every finite instantiation of yourselves. It's right. Okay. Walk and talk, I won't stop, right? Dee Dee. Dottie. Sorry. The first day, you and your friends went to Melmont, yes?
Mm-hmm.
And then there was a bright flashing light, and then you were back at the start of the next day, right?
Back at the start of the first day.
The first day, yes, quite right. Sorry, temporal nonsense grates on me and my sense of causality. So, you and your friends started, you went. We need to determine one of two things. Whether the you is in fact the same you that did that, or one of the other timelines. Because there's a very real possibility that none of you made it out of that, and you're all copies.
Oh.
Yes.
Well, I think we could probably figure it out if we just ask questions. You know, what were you planning to do that day? Well, what did you wear? What were your plans for the next day? That seems to be the difference. And things about our families. That seems to be the difference between everyone's doppelgangers.
Minor differences, yes. That would be a good place to start.
We are going to go to Melmont. We are going to see what happens and try to progress this timeline in a way that does not collapse it. And then we are going to find Celine because she is not dead. There is no way she is dead.
Yeah.
Other Tara, I think, is looking very wide-eyed at this Tara.
I think other Robbie is too, just a little bit. Yeah. He just nods his head. Crack on then.
Other Ravi brings out a side of Tara that Tara did not know existed.
And as he motions to you to crack on, and everyone begins sort of walking in, the other Tara sort of like nudges you. And would Tara wear a watch?
Oh, 100%. She's been
Yeah.
looking at her watch
Okay.
constantly for this night.
I just wanted to double check.
She breaks them like every month, but she
just sort of like puts her hand over It's a subtle maneuver. She's still like really leaning on you and sort of into you for comfort, and she's still sort of out of it. But you see that she puts her watch over just enough that you see the time. And it is 6:55. 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5.
Oh no.
Hmm.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. So, good news and bad news. Good news. We may not have to hurry quite as much. Bad news. We are stuck at 6:55.
Like the watch is broken?
I'm pretty sure the watch is not broken. I'm sorry, Nikki.
It's okay.
I'm pretty sure the watch is not broken because we're dealing with weird time stuff.
Well, what if we all do that focus thing and try to, just like last time when we were trying to
Move time.
move time, maybe we can get ourselves back on track again if we all do that focus thing.
That can be really dangerous.
I look at Andy again and I go, see, I told you this is why I should have just gone home. This would have been a lot easier for
That's
you.
why you should have just gone home. You're not even from here.
I would just disappear and you would live normal lives.
Do you know that? But like, how do you know that though?
I mean, I just no.
Okay, if we do this, we are not letting go of each other's hands. And we have to focus. It has to be on moving time forward. We can't afford to slip into another timeline. Not with them.
Yeah.
One more time, Andy. Are you sure you want to do this?
Yes, I'm sure I want to do this. Are you sure you want to do this?
I'm okay with just disappearing, honestly.
Andy!
Yeah, I wouldn't mind actually.
Mm. Sorry.
No,
Just,
yeah. It's sorry.
I won't disappear. I will focus on staying. Do not worry, Tara.
Thank you. Can
You're
you hold
welcome.
my hand so I can be sure?
Okay. And I hold out my hand to Tara and just be like, there you go. I'm not going anywhere. I'm right here.
Okay.
Okay.
I link
Everyone
hands
hold
with
hands.
everyone.
And
hands.
Tara will keep her her hand that is holding other Tara's hand forward enough so that she can see her watch in front of her face as they do this.
Okay. Other Ravi is going to very tentatively reach out hands to Dee Dee and then just pause and then just grab the other Nikki's hand and then just have a hand waiting there. Like not intrepid, just like I was gonna go, not gonna go. You know what I mean?
Yeah. She'll hold his hand, but it's just like a very firm grip. Like we're just helping each other out here.
Professional.
He holds it back. There's no
I'm a
warmth to
pro.
Ugh.
it. Right, so who's going to anchor this grand endeavor?
Tara?
Oh, sure. Okay. What do I do?
You have to think of
What does
something.
anchoring mean? Oh, you're about to say it. Sorry.
It's all right. I did a stint as a substitute teacher for middle school, so I'm not exactly 100% not used to this. So
I look over at Dee Dee and I say, "This one is so pretentious." Out loud.
I think this is the version where my father went to private school. Did you go to
every
private
reality,
school?
every reality, it's always caddy with you. I swear. Your fathers.
Not this one.
Just a butt. He's just Just
Right.
what?
Anchoring. Sorry. But you have to think of something happy, something that anchors you firmly enough to the world where it's a paradox. You have to hold the whole world around you and feel it inside of you, and at the same time, completely detach from it. Do you ever have such a happy moment that you sit down and you let that just wash over you like that? That's what you've got to find.
Okay. I turned to Andy. I'm holding their hand. I've done this before.
No,
Okay.
not you. And then he points at the other Terra. Has to be her.
Oh,
You're not from here, remember? Different strokes, different realities, different seeds. We need one that was planted here, yes?
right.
Right. Take the time you need.
I will turn to other Tara, who is squeezing my hand a little bit tighter than she was before.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll just tell her, okay, you can trust me on this because I'm you a few days from now. Just a few days. Not much is different. Not much has changed. I'm still you and you're still me, just slightly different, okay?
Okay.
Think of something happy. Like really happy. And I know that things are kind of scary right now, so that can be hard, but just live in it a little bit. Like, pick your memory, and I won't tell you what it needs to be. I feel like we probably have the same one,
I feel like
but just think only on that,
okay.
okay?
Okay.
Okay. And
Okay.
I'll watch the time, and I've got your hand.
You promise?
Yeah.
Okay. And this is... You know what? I'll let you make the roll,
Okay.
since it is Terra.
Yep. What am I rolling?
You are rolling grit.
Grit. Great. Cool. What am I trying to get?
What is your grit, by the way?
It's a D8.
Okay. This is a 4.
Okay. 7.
She does it.
She
And
could.
it's not any change that you can notice, except you can hear that the same bird had been chirping. You thought it was just in the distance, but it's been the same bird chirping every second or so. And then it stops. And then you see her watch click forward, and then the second hand just begins spinning around. Right.
Okay. Okay. We're doing it. Do we just go now?
Yeah, crack home then. And
All
then
right.
Robbie just begins, like, not running, but sort of doing the high step, like, jog, and, like, just with all the hands behind him. Anybody breaking the link? Everybody staying together?
Staying together.
Okay.
I squeeze other Tara's hand and I just squeal a little bit, like.
You can feel it's really goddamn clammy and very shaky.
Yeah.
But you begin walking through the woods. It's all those good Cascadian Northwest evergreens. that light coating of moss around every surface. Everybody says you find the north to find the moss. Not the case in Washington State. It's all around the trees here. And running through the greenery and the ferns and all of the evergreens. Eventually, the same way that you did that very first night, you make it to Melmont. The bonfire is going just the same way that you were able to see, and you see a group of people surrounding the bonfire. A lot of them in robes, many of them holding their hands up, and just as that first night as well, back on that long ago now, Saturday, March 22nd, 1997, you see the woman in the center who is beginning to ever so slightly rise up, it looks like, from the center of it. It's a lot slower than you remember the first time. Like, barely perceptible, but like going down at the distance where you first see them, you're able to discern, no, she is very slightly rising. The thing you spot, Dee Dee, is that there are now people around the perimeter of Melmont patrolling with guns.
This is different.
Yes, I suspect it might have been. You came into contact with these people the first night, yes?
Yes.
Right.
Are these your people?
No, not at all. There's some sort of cult. We've been monitoring them for some time, but we didn't think it was anything serious.
What kind of cult are they?
Tara?
They knew
Celestial.
We were here.
So, Celestial.
Technically, they're a subset of the divine, but yes, specifically celestial. More specifically, roving celestial bodies. Hence, and he gestures towards the sky, the comet, where Hale-Bopp, large, hanging, with the night now settling on the rim of the world.
Last time we were here, they definitely caught us. We just came to. Actually, we didn't even come. We just were here, and we were watching, and they caught us right away. I don't know if we should stop them or if we should let them do their thing. But if they catch us, it's not good. You'll just be teleported to the next day, or to the same first day again, like caught in a loop. And then when we interfered, it was, well, that got us to this point here. Is the cult dangerous? She asks Robbie.
I'm not sure. This is frankly the first time they've ever stepped into the paranatural. We were quite surprised to see them doing something like this. They've been an online presence for quite some years, but it all seemed fairly benign until this. I wouldn't suspect them dangerous, but then again, I wouldn't expect them to. Those MP5s, yes, be able to field weaponry. So my estimation of their capabilities is vastly underestimated, I'm sorry to say.
They know we were here. And
Yes.
they've adjusted accordingly. Which means
Which
that-
means
even if what went wrong the first night was not our fault, they're able to try again until they get it right.
That
much
doesn't
like you
sound
are.
good.
And no, it's not great. What they're trying to do is bring about the end of the world. Well,
We should
What-
stop them.
they're trying to do is bring about a merger between the celestial divine and the earthly terrestrial.
What
is-
Celine did.
Yeah.
Somewhat, yes.
So
How do
basically,
we
we
deal
do the
with
opposite of what we did. Well, maybe we can focus it away.
There's a potential for it, yes.
If we
I'm going to be entirely honest here.
desynchronize them,
DD could
Just
what?
like
dechronize, what was the word?
dematerialize. I don't know. The thing where you make them disappear.
Incoherency.
In
Decohere. Yeah.
That one. What if we focus for their guns to disappear?
It has a possible potential. I'm not sure what the results might be. I'm quite
Bring
out
them
of my
into-
depths here with this situation. I'll be honest.
Well, there's twice as many of us now as there were before. So double the brain power, double the success.
We can also make it, imagine it to be something different, but still close to what it is, so that we don't have to imagine too hard.
Yes. The trick is to do it in such a way where it's as close to you being you as possible without being you. It's to find that sweet spot of simile, if that makes sense. Something that
A
is
water
like
gun,
a water gun. Yes.
turning those guns into water guns.
I love that idea, Andy.
And then maybe they'll shoot them and the bonfire will be put out. Or we can somehow, I don't know, I like it though.
Yeah. Just, I think that's not a bad idea.
I don't disagree either.
Super soakers.
Just be careful. Great success and great failure are of equal measure here. We need exact success. Not over, not under. Does that make sense?
Got it.
If we overshoot it with this idea, things will get worse no matter. Do you understand?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, right.
I have. My dad has got me like guns before that is just a water gun, but it's like, looks like whatever they're carrying.
Ah,
My dad is very rich, so
yes, he is. Good
Okay,
man.
And just because I Google everything we mentioned, the Super Soaker was invented in 1989. So
Yeah,
we're in the
baby!
clear.
it exists.
It's canon! All right. So how would you like to do this?
I am gonna hold everybody's hand,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to make past Andy
Mm-hmm.
really think about the super soakers that they have at home, and make sure that instead of those bullets or guns with bullets in it, that's what they'll have, and they won't notice it until they start shooting. Like they've always been carrying these super soakers.
Okay.
And Tara just says, "See, this is why we needed you here."
Aw. Anyway, let's do this.
All right. I need you.
Super soaker.
I need you to make a fight or a grit.
And
Yeah, I know. It's going to
Can I
be
do-
either a 3 or a 6. It's not going to be better either way. I'll let you know that.
all right. Well, I'm gonna do grit because at least that's an 8. Ah, it's an 8. It exploded.
Explode!
Okay.
And it is a 3, so 8, 9, 10, 11.
Okay. So it's an 11, yeah?
Yeah, it's an 11.
Uh-huh. Could you describe the funnest time that Andy has ever had a Super Soaker? Like, just the
All right.
best time that it would have been.
Basically, it would have been his 12th birthday party.
Okay.
And Manuel and Bernadette took him to the Philippines to hang out with his cousins in the Philippines, and they were able to just bond with cousins that she's never seen in such a long time. And basically she convinced Manuel to buy everyone super soakers, so everyone was just like spraying each other with super soakers. And at the end of the day, they all filled their super soakers with Sprite and just shot Sprite into everybody's mouth. And that was the best time that Andy has ever had with a super soaker with his cousins.
Okay. All right. You do this. You think really hard. And does somebody have binoculars? I forget. Is that Nikki? Did we say?
Ooh, yeah, I think maybe other Nikki would maybe have it in her bag still, but I
Okay.
think that I've long abandoned mine.
Fair enough.
Oh, hey, you got some binocs?
Yeah. Let
Yeah.
me grab him for a sec. One sec. Then just takes him out. Yeah, it worked. You want to see?
Yeah.
And you look, and literally everybody in the... It's a very funny scene. If you look in, there's like the dun 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 dun, dun, and you're just seeing people walking around all serious and like chanting cultists around this bonfire, and like the rising feet. And you just see the people on the perimeter walking around like very seriously, dun, 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 with just like the best super soakers you've ever seen.
Perfect. This is perfect.
I can't believe it. We did it. We're getting really good at this.
I know.
Okay.
Okay. Now we have to disrupt their ritual somehow, but at least the threat is neutralized.
Yeah.
I still think we
Maybe.
should sneak where possible.
Maybe.
Yeah.
We can make them shoot us while we're near the bonfire, so that they shoot at the bonfire.
That's
I
a
don't
great
know if
idea.
it'll be enough water to do it, but we can try. If we have water too, we could probably put the fire out as well.
Yeah. Definitely don't touch the fire, though.
Definitely don't.
Don't touch the fire. And also, please be careful, because even when they didn't have guns, they did catch us the first time.
Yeah.
Never go alone.
And you all give this very serious like nod. And you're like, yeah. And then each one of you raises up your super soaker. You are all armed.
Super soaker.
Nod. Okay.
Are you ready? Andy does taste the liquid inside just to see.
Yeah.
Just like hold it up.
It's like a little bit. She's like,
Yeah, dude. That shit's Sprite.
sweet. Perfect.
Alrighty.
Best day, you guys. Best day.
Should we come from multiple angles?
That would
Yes.
involve us
Yeah, like swarm
letting go
them.
with one another.
Yeah.
But don't keep each other out of each other's sights. And always remember that you're you. And always remember that we're going to be okay if we're together.
And that you're also you. Looking at the other, like one of the other.
You're you.
Yeah,
I'm
for sure.
you.
You're me, I'm me,
We're
you're me.
me.
Yeah, we're all
We're
me.
good. The only one that's not you is you, which is, she points at Ravi. I don't like you.
Can we go on my signal?
Rafi very
practicing my bird
specifically
calls.
just has one of those tiny dinky guns you get at the Dollar Tree store And he's just like, I'm well aware, yes.
Didn't even go with the super soaker.
All right.
What a missed opportunity for you, Ravi.
You could have gotten a super soaker if you weren't a dick.
That is
Sorry, that's a bad word. I didn't mean to say it in front of such young kids.
I'm not your parent, so.
Yeah, you're not.
I high five Andy.
All right. Y'all are sneaking in.
Sneaking in and swarming them and trying to pour water into, like Sprite, into this bonfire.
Okay.
Sabotage.
Sabotage. All right. I'm gonna need everybody to make everyone's second most favorite check to make. Flight, please.
My flight is amazing.
Oh.
Finally, a flight. That
DC,
is
DC is 6, by the way.
Oh my
that's
gosh.
an 18 for me.
Oh, fuck.
14.
Because my flight is D20. So.
Did you
Yeah,
say
same.
18, Tara?
14.
14, nice.
I got a 1 and I'm going to use my, well, I guess adversity token isn't going to be real helpful for that, will it? Because it would only get it to 2.
Nope.
So, nope. Just 2 adversity tokens for me.
Yep, 2 adversity tokens for you. What was
I
that,
got so
Chris?
excited.
Yeah, I also got a 1, but I have an adversity token as well. So can I? What do I just re-roll or just add to the roll?
You
add to the roll. Yeah.
Just add. So
Okay.
Adversity tokens give you a +1. Yep.
Okay, that was a 3, so now it's a 4.
Hey, there you go.
Oh, no, it would just take it to 2, right?
Yeah, because if you have just a 1 and you add 1 adversity token, that's 2. You don't roll.
You don't roll.
Oh,
yeah,
I don't
anymore. You
roll.
just-
Okay. Then,
yeah.
Okay, then I don't think I would use it then.
Okay. Keeping it at a 1.
Yeah.
Kels, you're at a 2 or a 3?
No, just a 1 for me
Okay.
as well.
So 2 of you did not succeed it, and 2 of you really fucking succeeded it.
I was too excited. I got
We
too
could
excited.
do an average, like, at a
You know what?
curve.
We can house rule it. In order to sneak, everybody rolls a flight, and we average it out. Does that work?
Sure, because we're
Yeah.
sneaking
I'm fine with
together.
that.
I got an 18.
I like
Okay.
it. I love that.
Cool. Yeah, you got an 18. Tara, you got a 14, yeah?
Mhm.
Okay. And then +2 for the last 2. 14 plus 14 plus 2. Okay, so that all came out to an 8.5. I'll round up to be nice. 9. So, just describe your stealth approach to this game.
Did we meet it? Like, we beat it? Okay, cool. So with Andy sort of like, you know how like in like stakeout whatever movies, there's like there's one person just like and like all silently like showing where to go. Andy is fully that one, and it's like just pointing where to sneak and whatever, and like doing this to everybody, and,
Doing
like,
the
on my
Assassin's
count-
Creed thing. Yeah.
and my count like one, 2, like
Yeah.
and basically like making sure everybody can see each other, that kind of thing.
I think Nikki is so into this that it's to her detriment, and she gets so wrapped up and excited about it that like about these like hand signals from Andy that she's like, yeah, okay, and that like maybe that makes her a little bit more like careless and kind of clumsy and fumbly where she wouldn't be normally. She's just too excited about the idea of the heist, you know.
Yeah, makes sense. Where are you positioning your little hidden group of miscreants? Where are we?
This is terrible. I do think we should split up.
Interesting. A
Make a
pronged
circle.
assault, per se?
Yes, I think we should come
Plus
from
2 for
2
flanking.
directions.
Okay.
And I'm not sure the best way to divide with other us's, so
Okay.
I am open to ideas. But I think Tara proposes that they do like 2 and 2. And either it's 2 people with their 2 others or 2 people with the other 2 people's others.
So keeping likes
Oh.
together or keeping kinds together.
Yeah, like Andy and Andy together, and
Yeah.
Tara and Tara together.
Or the 4 of you from one reality and the 4 of you from the other.
Or no. So the 4 sorry, this is confusing.
That's
half
okay.
of us from one reality, half of us from the other, and then
Okay.
half and half. Those are the 2 ways I propose.
I'm a little out of character. I'm a little scared to mix our realities because what if we get separated into different realities with each other? And
It's a risk. I'll be upfront about it. It's a risk. Let me take a step back and actually give you the full risk. I don't know what the fuck's going to happen here. Like, I have a lot of different directions it could go. Many of them can be real fucky. I don't know what's going to happen. But I say that in knowing something's going to happen, and it has the potential to go very sideways in a manner that Kel's described. Or it could go any other way. There's lots of different outcomes. So think carefully.
So that's part of why I actually suggest it.
Fair.
Is just that then we are all together in some capacity. But also just the idea of I worry what can happen if each of us stay paired with our other selves too much.
How about? How about?
How about?
We do separate, like, ourselves or whatever. But it will still be one will still have, like what Tara said, actually, like one will have our reality and the other half will, like, it'll be a mix. So for example, it'll be Andy and then Kel's from this reality, and then Dee Dee, and then Tara from this reality, and then the other group. So it'll still be separate different people, but the reality is both mixed. So if we do end up in different ways, at least there'll be people from both realities that can, and Ravi can just fend for himself.
Yeah.
We really don't like you. I'm sorry.
You didn't even want a super soaker. Like,
It's all right. I understand. I'm fine to be a part of this however you please. It's not going to affect me.
What do you think?
I think this is as good of go as you have.
I was talking to my friends.
Ah, I see. You've pranked me. Great. Tell you.
Well, I'm nervous, but I'm ready to give it a shot. I think that we're a lot stronger together than we realize, and even if we're only separated by a couple days, we're still all friends.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
if something goes wrong, think about each other.
Got it.
The best way that you know each other. The true
Yeah.
way, I guess.
Yeah.
Quite right.
Facts. I hear that facts are very important.
Facts. Facts. Got it.
Facts. Okay, ready?
Ready.
All hands in, all 8 of them, and then Ravi puts his slowly underneath the pile, and then just
But quietly.
Yeah.
I'd like to put
Sleight
your
of
hand on the bottom of the
hand.
pile.
So, just so I, the facilitator, know, Andy, Nikki, other Dee Dee, other Tara? Tara, Dee Dee, other Andy, other Nikki.
That works.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah?
Mhm.
Ravi as a floater.
Yeah.
Okay. We're going to pause here because it's on the hour, and this is going to be the first big combat we've done all season. So I'm going to take these next 5 to 10 minutes to read up on that. Little peek behind my own screen. So we'll see you after the break. See you in 5 to 10, folks. Go get yourself some water and snacks. Welcome back from your intermission, your intermezzo, your snack time, your brief breakage. I don't know why I'm doing this bit. Let's get back to it. All right. Sneaking through the dense Cascadian underbrush, our intrepid, still stealthy group of high schoolers and middle schoolers have armed themselves with super soakers, split into two groups, and are now going to take out the Doom Cult seeking the apocalypse. God, I love tabletop role-playing games, don't you?
Yeah, I don't think that sentence has ever been said before in the history of humans.
I think you're right. Cool. All right. So, combat is basically dice roll-offs against another person. Roll the attacker's fight against a defender's brawn or flight for direct attacks. And there are no safe fights in this game. Things can go sideways very quickly. So we are entering into a territory where shit might get real quick. Thankfully not, because everybody's armed with super soakers. So which of the two we're gonna split up and we're gonna go back and forth. So Andy and Nikki is in one. Actually, why would I do that? You're all in both.
Yeah. That's one of the best things about this plan.
Isn't it though? Yeah, you're right. So I'll ask it this way. Which of you two would like to play the other versions of yourself going first? We're gonna pitch it back and forth between this spearheaded thing.
I'm fine either way. I can't process what you just said.
I don't know what you just said.
That's great.
But I'm like, good.
Okay.
I want to play my other version first.
Great. So it's going to be Tara, Dee, and other Andy, and other Nikki.
Cool.
You going right or left?
We'll
I assume
go
because
right.
the camp is split.
Oh, yeah.
That's the intent. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Making your way right, you make your way past that little telegraph station you remember from the first day. Back long ago when Andy had made a break for it and accidentally alerted everyone, I think.
This one doesn't know that.
That's
Yeah,
true.
I didn't know that.
That's true.
This is a fresh Andy with no faults
A fresh Andy.
whatsoever.
Oh,
This
fresh
is
Andy.
fresh and no fault Andy.
Free range organic farm.
Free range, no cage Andy. Whole Foods Andy.
Great. Ranging to the right. Are you taking? You see that the guards are. So there's like that long row of logs that you had, and then I want to say about halfway down it is where the telegraph office is. So it kind of curves this way, and then over to the right is the entrance, and over to the left is sort of the back of the camp. That's to the face of the mountain going up, if that makes sense. So it kind of is even ground up until that point, and then it goes like that. So making your way to the right-hand side, are any of you taking out any of the surrounding guards armed with super soakers, or just making your way around that edge?
We can't blow our cover.
I think we
before
might just
get
want to
there.
make it to the bonfire, because the point is to maybe try and put it out as much as we can.
And if they're gonna shoot at us, might as well shoot at the bonfire, right?
Yeah. So strategically keeping ourselves positioned by the bonfire if we can.
Yeah, and I think if we can slip past them, better than confronting them.
Yeah.
What about the scary lady floating in the bonfire?
I'm all for shooting her with super soakers.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
at the
calm her
very,
down.
if it doesn't put out the fire, that's distracting, right?
And maybe if
'Cause
she
she's,
falls,
like,
she'll fall
chanting
into it
something, right?
and smother it.
She is speaking words. Well,
Singing?
she might be a little bit of a misnomer at this point. You peek
Oh.
around the corner, you give her a look where she is. It's the same body you've recognized and remembered every single time, except she is the head of Manuel Pangadiban on her.
Okay.
Yeah.
And she's definitely chanting something, but it's completely in English. And all that's coming out of the mouth of Manuel Panganiban is, ha ha ha, I love you, Andy. Ha ha ha, I love you, Andy. And
Riley.
slowly, slightly rising up.
That is not cool.
And we
man.
all hear that?
That's
This
not
is-
great.
Okay.
Once you
It's
tune
really
in, it's
weird.
hard to miss, actually.
Immediately turn to Andy. Are you okay?
No.
Okay, here's the deal. I think things are only gonna get weirder from here.
Is that really what your dad is like? No,
No.
he's not your dad.
No.
No. I mean,
we
yeah,
just
he
sent him
tells
away.
me he loves me, but he's not like that weird.
Okay, so don't worry. Then that's not your dad, so you can shoot him.
Sure. With my super soak, it's fine. It's
Yeah,
fine.
yeah, I
it's
mean,
fine.
even if it were your dad, it's a super sucker.
It's
It's fine.
fine. It's fine. It's totally fine.
But hey,
I
Andy.
knew I shouldn't have gone out. I knew it. Like he told me. Like he's bird watching. It's okay. I'm fine. I'm good. Let's
It's not your
do
dad.
this.
It's cool. It's
Not
cool.
my dad.
Okay. And I will turn to Dee Dee.
Light
really
and love,
quick
according
and
to my
just-
tarot card. Light and love, share the light and love. It's fine. We're doing this.
I will turn to Dee Dee really quick and be like, "You okay?"
It's a lot.
We can talk more later.
Okay, but yes, I'm fine. I'm very proud of you.
Oh, thank you. I've got your back. Okay.
And I've got yours.
Let's go.
Can we flip over to the other set of Dee Dee
Yeah.
and other Tara to just we'll just hard cut from that camera to the other versions of you on the other side, snaking your way around.
Other Tara is holding her super soaker like this.
Dee Dee is like, okay, so we are going to do this. We are gonna be okay. It's gonna
Yes.
be fine.
Yes.
Let's do
You guys,
it.
you guys,
Yes.
you've been really, really good at this so far.
Yeah.
And
You're
just like
gonna
the
be okay.
just like the ones we know on the other side, you're just as brave and you're just as capable, and you know that you can do it.
I don't know that my aim is very good.
That's okay. You really
Okay.
just have to aim towards the fire, and as it's a pretty big fire.
Okay. Yeah.
And if you
fully
get
believe in
thirsty,
you.
there's Sprite in there.
Yeah, you test it. Yeah, there's Sprite in there.
Oh, actually, my dad used to go hunting, and he told me once, when you hunt ducks, that you want to aim slightly above their head. So maybe we can use that.
Yeah.
Okay.
That sounds legit.
Okay. So our goal is to get as close as possible to the bonfire
Mhm.
and soak it. And if they try to shoot us, it's not gonna harm us. It's just a super soaker. Make sure though that they're aiming the bonfire.
Okay.
And
Okay.
it's
And
at
make
that
sure to
point.
stay together. Do not separate under any circumstances from each other.
Okay.
And it's at that point, Andy, that you notice that the head of your father is now replaced onto the head of the woman who was in the center, just saying, I love you, Andy. And
What?
slowly begins spinning around on its stump of a neck and looking in multiple directions.
That's that. Bad.
Bad Riley.
He's saying it in the very same way that he said it at your birthday party that one time. You remember the one with all the
That's
super
not
soakers?
a good
Oh.
thing. No. That's not. Alright, we gotta shoot this fucker down. I mean, sorry. This freak down. Sorry.
Okay. Okay.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
It's okay.
get
We're
excited.
allowed to swear now.
I
Sure,
am
we have
not-
been through a lot. Tara, it's okay if you're not ready. It's alright. You don't have to. We've been through a lot. If you want to swear, you don't want to swear, it's okay. But if you're ready, we're here for you. It's okay.
Frick.
I'm so proud of you. It's amazing. Close
Sometimes-
enough.
Sometimes I
good,
hear
huh?
my mom say bad words, and then she says she needs to go take her happy pills, and then she goes to sleep.
Uh,
Oh my gosh, is that drugs? Full circle.
think it is.
Sure. Let's go. Let's get this party started.
Okay.
All right, there are at least 2 cultists armed with super soakers standing between both groups and the bonfire circle.
Are
Which
they
again,
patrolling?
I think is something that's never been said before.
There's 2 groups of super
I'm sorry.
soakers. Are they patrolling or are they standing still?
They're doing a patrol. They go about.
They're doing a patrol.
Thank you.
They're super soakers.
Doing a patrol with the super soakers. Yeah. They go about 15 feet and then turn back around and then towards the middle. So it's about a 30-foot full patrol that they run. Not more than that. Seems like they do it in opposite fashions, though. So, like, 2 will come together and then turn around and then go the different way. Does that make sense?
Okay, I've played video games, and I think Andy has too. The
Yeah.
secret is to start to go when they turn around, and that gives you the biggest possible opening to go between them.
Also, in the other group, all right, so I've played video games, all right, and I'm pretty sure that Andy has too. Like, both Nikki's do the same thing.
That goes, yeah.
Classic.
Okay. So that's
So
what
the
we're
next,
gonna do. Yes.
so the next time that they go in and turn around, dash between them to the fire.
Soak it up, and if they hit us, soak it up. It's fine.
And they turn around and begin walking away.
Okay, we
Go!
That's here we go.
I need a flight from. Okay, I'm good. I'm gonna before we roll. I need a flight for the one group, and we're gonna add all that up and then average it, and then a flight for the other group. Add that up, average it. We'll go. Yeah. Okay. So first group, what do we got?
All right. That is a 14.
14 herd.
Also
Nice.
14.
14,
4
9,
of 6. A 4. I have a d6.
4. Okay. Divided by 4, 10 and a 10. Yeah, there we go.
All right.
Okay. So the first group succeeds. I meant to say what it was. It is such a difference in the system where I say out loud what the target to beat is. I have not gotten that part down yet. That's my bad, fam. 10 beats an 8. So, which group would you like this to be? The group with real Andy and real Nikki, or real Tara and real Dee Dee?
I
Or
thought
prime
it
Tara.
was
Yeah.
real Andy and real Nikki, but I don't know why I thought that. So
Let's go with it. I'm into
Okay.
that.
All right. So prime Andy and prime Nikki. This group.
Okay.
Nikki Prime.
Nikki Prime.
Nikki Prime.
Great reporting for duty.
With a super soaker.
With your super soaker. This is a 90s commercial. We're just creating a commercial for this episode of Harsh Realm, sponsored by Super Soaker.
Super soakers. Now I'm
Summer
gonna buy a
fudge.
super
For legal
Fudge.
purposes, that is a joke.
Super Soakers teens
In
in
Minecraft.
disguise.
All right. Okay. So group 1 succeeds. Real Andy, real Nikki. Other group, real Dee Dee,
Okay.
real Tara's group. Let's get those rolls from everybody. So,
Another
That is a 19.
6 explosion.
11.
11.
8.
So 8 in total for me.
8 in total. 8 in total.
19.
19. Jesus Christ. All right, that's a 12. Cool.
Flawless execution of plan.
Yeah,
Thank goodness Nikki and Andy play video games.
yeah, for sure. Both the Nickies and Andys lead their respective groups, just like low running that do squat run like Gears of War style across the battlefield. Super soakers in hand, middle school children running. And as you breach, basically it was a barricade between the patrol and the inner circle surrounding the bonfire. Breaching the patrol sphere, you get halfway towards the center, and actually really close to the backs of the cultists chanting, when Manuel, aka the floating lady, begins saying, "There you are, Andy." Head still spinning.
I shoot her.
I'm gonna shoot it as
Okay.
well.
All right, everybody who's shooting the wrong-headed lady floating, please make me a fight check.
Oh man,
Cool.
I know.
my fight is fine, I
That's
guess.
not great.
It's okay. Even
Fight.
if we don't hit the lady, we'll probably hit the fire.
The fire, that's fine. That's
That's
fine.
true. That's true.
Ah, it's exploded. 4. It's exploded again. Well, I don't know if you can double explode, but I got an 8.
You can double explode.
Oh, so I roll it again?
Just keep rolling until
Keep going.
Oh, I got a 3. So
Oh,
that's
good.
8, 9, 10, 11. I
11.
didn't
got a
know
2.
you can do that.
2. Okay.
2.
Did you roll 3? Okay. Both of your sprite streams end up on the bonfire. They don't do much, but they do tamp it down. Andy's, however,
Right.
you want
Fire hose.
Andy's
just-
motivated.
fire hoses up and just sprays down straight in the face. Oh, Andy! Andy! Just is gargling. Weird thing happens when that happens. Every other cultist in the circle begins like convulsing a little bit in their chest
Ooh.
region, and then one of them just goes, and you see them puke clear liquid onto the ground.
Ooh.
And then another one of them does the same. And soon enough, I'd say about 30% of all the cultists are just throwing up on the ground.
Can you point it that way? Like as they're doing it, I'm just like, I'm going over there.
As you turn that cultist and point them away, you see that they are shorter than they were a previous moment ago. And turning them and seeing their face, it's yours.
Ooh.
Oh no.
No.
I'm gonna kick it to go into the fire.
The cultist?
Yeah, just because it's turning into water. I'm just gonna, I don't know, maybe they're becoming smaller. I'm just gonna kick the cultist into the fire.
Okay.
Roll for murder.
This is either going to be a brawn or a fight, and I'll let you do it. Or there are a bunch of different ways that you can resolve fights, with brains, with flight. If you're just smart enough and give me a not smart enough, that's mean. Sorry. If you can find
Give
a
me
way
an
to,
exact. Okay,
any role can work for combat in this system. You just have to make it work.
okay. So here's the thing.
Okay.
You know how flight, you're like scared.
Yeah.
Like when you do something, your initial reaction is to just push it away or fly, whatever. And that's why I think my role should be with a flight, which is a D20.
You know what?
And I'm just like, ah.
Since you are pushing the person away and trying to get away, completely buy it. That works. Let's roll flight.
All right, let's do this. Come on.
Yeah, it is
That
a
is
4
a
to beat.
19.
All right.
Hey.
I got it out though.
Sorry. I got excited. It's a 19.
You gotta be quicker than that.
Huh.
I got really scared. This is Andy, shorter.
no, it
I don't
makes
like
sense.
that.
It makes sense. All right. Andy, you just go, stop, and just push this cultist into the fire. All of you are able to see Andy push, and time kind of like slows down just for a smidge. And then you see this cultist who has Andy's head. Their head falls off like a little pumpkin on top of like a wheelbarrow that's leaning wrong, and cracks into the fire, bursting into a spray of clear liquid, like a balloon. And then the rest of their body falls down as well. And you hear a woman's voice scream, "No!" And then a huge flash of white bright light engulfs everything, that same way that it did the first night.
Hold on to each other! Both Nikki shout. And and Nikki just
Whoever's
drops the
the
water
group,
gun and
just-
reaches
yeah.
out. And
Okay. All
tries to
right.
hold on.
If we have time
Okay.
to do that, yeah.
Make a roll to hold on.
What's
Or-
the-
You can use any skill that you want to. You need to justify the way you do it, and you need to explain the way to use it. Nikki has just said, hang on to everyone. And you have a split second to do that, like literally 1 second in order to try and grab. So feel free to make your roll. Justify it however you would like. It needs to beat a 10.
Okay.
I
Go ahead.
I think that Nikki, in that moment of saying, hold on, it was a very smart move. And
Yes.
Nikki was like, I remembered this. This is because I'm smart and I remember this, so I would like to use brains.
Yeah, smart.
And I got a 13.
13. Got it. Okay.
I
That
would-
beats.
also like to use brains.
Yes.
One of Dee Dee's strengths is applied physics.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is
can-
applied physics.
She can very quickly scan an area and figure things out. So I think she probably found the clearest, easiest path to maybe like tuck and roll and find her group and hold on.
Okay. Are you tucking in?
Maybe not. If I don't know how far away everyone moved, but she probably found the fastest path to get to them.
Okay.
I think we're pretty close, probably, since we all went at the same time. That's
Okay.
just my guess.
You are,
Um,
yes. Agreed, Cannon. You are close enough to dash
Okay.
and get a handoff. Yeah, this is basically one round in D&D terms.
Gotcha. Okay, come on.
Okay,
That's
I
a 10.
also want to say that there are 2 Terra reactions to this.
Okay.
Terra Prime immediately hears Nikki say this and immediately reaches for Dee Dee.
DD Prime or other DD?
Dee Dee Prime, because we're on different sides of the fire.
Got it. Yes. Heard.
Other Terra hears Nikki say this, throws the super soaker and like throws her arms out and just like hopes someone grabs on.
Okay. I'll let you roll for the first Terra.
I'm not even sure what I'm rolling yet. I'm just trying to get there.
I would say this is an easy flight check, like fearfully trying to get to your friend. That makes total sense for me.
Yeah.
Working through your emotions would also be a grit roll. I could see it do that.
It's a 2.
Okay.
And for other Terra, just to see, 13. So weirdly doing better than.
All right. As
Can we
As
pool our
Nikki-
adversity tokens?
both Nikki's, you were doing that roll for both Nikki's and both DD's, I was assuming?
Oh, should I roll
Oh.
for other DD?
Well, let's
I
just
just
be
had-
very clear.
I had 2 different reactions, so I did
Yes.
2 different.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I do think both
Yeah.
DDs would have reacted exactly the same, but I can roll for both.
I'm okay if you're reacting the same way as the same character to have the same roll,
Okay.
because it feels a little coterminous in that way.
Mhm.
Also, thank you to everybody who's watching. We are in completely foreign territory to all of us, so this is a lot of fun, and I hope you're enjoying yourselves. But yeah, we're gonna have some of these moments where we just sit down and go, yeah, what do we do in this instance? This is this episode. Welcome. All right, so that's the roll made for Dee Dee, which succeeds. The roll made for Nikki, which succeeds. The roll made for Terra Prime, which fails by 6. And other Terra, who's just arms out, Jesus, take the wheel, please, somebody help me. Which I appreciate. I approve. What is Andy doing?
Andy is going to try and use their it's gonna be flight because it's a D20. Prime Andy is the one that kicked, other Andy, the cult Andy. Wow, there's a lot of Andys right now. Cult Andy into the fire. And that, still scared them. So as Nikki shouts, everybody hold hands. It's just a reaction of like fear. And that's why flight is for Prime Andy.
Okay.
Okay.
Tracks for me.
All right. That is a 15 for Prime Andy.
Great.
Pass. Okay. Now for other Andy.
Mhm.
It's also gonna be flight.
Okay.
And other Andy is near Prime Terra, right?
Other Andy is near Prime Terra. That's correct.
Can I roll to grab her hand even though she failed her roll?
Yeah, you can.
Sweet. I am afraid that she will disappear.
But here's
No.
the trade-off, and I need to be very clear about this.
Okay.
You can only go for Terra's hand if that's the case.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. It's a very slow, multi-dimensional game of chess we're playing here today, folks.
This is an 18.
Okay. So other Andy is able to grab Prime Terra, who fell. Prime Nikki grabbed onto other Dee Dee successfully. And other Terra was with them too, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. You are muted, Nikki.
You are muted,
Tell
but
us. Sorry.
very.
But I
I think
It's very
understand.
clear what's
think that,
happening.
like,
Yeah.
since we both kind of went out, it would have been likely for us to have caught each other.
Okay.
Like catch by the forearms kind of thing. It's not exactly a hand, but
And then definitely Dee Dee as well.
Gotcha.
Other Dee Dee.
Okay. And so then Prime Dee Dee and is with other. Prime Dee Dee is with
Other Andy and other Nikki.
other Andy and other Nikki.
And
Except-
Prime. Sorry, go ahead.
Except Prime Terra fell, so now it's 3 groups.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Also,
we've got-
other Andy goes towards Prime Terra.
Great. Okay, so we've got other Andy and Prime Terra. We've got Prime Nikki, other Dee Dee, and other Terra. And then Prime Dee Dee, other Nikki. I'm missing somebody.
Other
Prime
Andy.
Andy.
Prime
Oh,
Andy.
yeah, you're
Yep.
right. Prime
There we
Andy,
go.
Sorry.
So
It
Prime
was one of the
Andy,
Andys.
Prime Andy, Prime Nikki, and the others are all together still.
Gotcha. So Prime Nikki and Prime Andy are together. Got it. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay, so there's 2 groups. So there's 2 groups of 2, and there's 1 group of 4 in this.
Yeah.
Okay. Just want to get that all down. Well done.
So scary.
Mhm.
And the cultist pushed into the fire was by Prime Andy or
Prime
other
Andy.
Prime Andy.
Prime Andy.
Okay. All right. Okay. It whitens up. The world fades away. Jesus goddamn Christ, what does this do? Man, sometimes you make things real complicated, and then you're 5 sessions into a campaign, and you're like, wow, this is really complicated. It's amazing how far that this has gone. But what we see is Nikki, Andy, Dee Dee, and Tara in a completely open and white space. This is Prime Nikki, Prime Andy, other Dee Dee, and other Tara.
Okay, I've
Okay,
been here before.
we've been here
before. It's fine. It's cool. Just
You guys haven't, but we have.
it's okay.
What is
We just
this?
need to find a hole and poke our shoe through it. It's fine.
While we're here, make sure that you really keep in your mind exactly who you are and remember yourself really, really carefully. Don't forget and do those memory anchoring things that we were talking about from earlier, okay? Especially right now, especially in here.
Prime Andy is trying to unscrew her foot just to see if it does it again. That's how we got out last time.
What are you doing?
Oh, I'm trying to take my foot off.
I don't try it. This is an experience thing.
Grit or brawn, it's going to be a 4.
Okay. My brawn is higher.
Okay.
That's a 5.
Great. You successfully unscrew your foot.
Cool. Now we just need to find a hole somewhere. If you see any sort of like black thing forming, just point me towards it. Even if I can't see it, just point me towards it, okay?
Yeah, does anyone see?
I don't
We
see
might not see the same
anything.
things.
Tara, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm thinking happy thoughts.
Cool. Okay, and I'm basically just looking for any like black thing that.
Okay. Looking around, you're able to view nothing. Again, it's that great white space. There's actually no blackness here, it should be noted. Just a complete white void. But you do have your foot off. It's not bleeding or anything. There's nothing inside of it. It's completely hollow.
As expected.
As expected. Yeah.
This is normal. Don't worry about it.
Are we dead?
Okay. No.
No.
This isn't hell.
It's just the white space.
Nikki says it with extreme confidence.
Dee Dee,
Yeah.
this may be silly, but could I maybe hold your hand?
Oh. No, yeah. You
No, wait. I
What?
just don't want you to wreck your hand.
What do you mean?
You know how I did the thing with my foot?
Mhm.
Yeah,
We're kind of weak-ish here.
Physical forms are weak.
Physical forms. And I don't want you to freak out if when you hold hands, your hands sort of like disintegrate.
Mush.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, maybe we shouldn't hold hands then.
okay. We won't do that. What is going on?
And Robbie just sort of, sorry, it's a lot. We have...
Whoa!
Oh,
Where'd you come from? I thought we were. I thought you were gone.
Oh, yes. No, I'm here. I'm with you. I wouldn't leave you behind.
You're lucky that you're with our group and not the other group. They would have been really upset with you. Probably wouldn't have been so nice.
Yes.
Yeah.
Probably. They
don't like you very much.
No.
I mean, I probably don't like you that much either, but I could forgive you. I mean, not forgive, but like, you could work your way up.
Well,
I appreciate your candor.
Why don't you like my papa? You guys are all cool with him.
This is not your papa. This is a different angry one.
And he turns to, he turns to Darty, and he looks at her and just says, I'm a Ravi from a different place, so
Oh,
In his
I am
timeline,
your
you were okay. In his timeline, you were eaten by a werewolf. Is that not
Werewolf.
insane?
Werewolves
werewolf.
exist in your time in his
Mhm.
timeline,
Mhm.
but apparently not vampires. Like that's really weird.
No, they're completely mythological. They're made up, fabricated. But yes, in my timeline, you were eaten by werewolves.
Well, I'm sorry for your loss. I'm really cool. And
I know you are.
I
She
mean,
is.
you could pretend that I'm your daughter.
That's very nice of you. I think if it's just all the same, I might just stick around with you lot, and we'll see how things go with time, shall we? Yes?
Okay, so how do we get out of here?
Find a hole.
Right.
Can we
Find a
think of?
hole,
Can we
and I'll
think of
put
a
my
hole?
Not a bad
Maybe.
plan.
There's potential. Yes.
Okay.
How big?
Enough, hopefully, to fit all of us through, if it's all right
Okay.
with you.
But you see what I did before. It's like it didn't have to be big. I just put my foot through it.
That's true, yes. But you had the intention to leave here, yes?
Yes.
Right. Yes, you just need to think of it then. You should be good.
Okay. I'm going to think of it in a sense of like a memory, trying to remember exactly what I saw that
Right.
time. And that's why I'm replicating the whole thing with the foot so that I don't come up with some new weird monster like creature.
Gotcha. So you're thinking about the last time you did this.
But not the tiny Nickies, just the hole and the foot and the thing.
The hole, the foot, the thing, no Nickies. Got it.
Making sure things are clear, Riley.
Uh-huh.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Did you
no,
say no?
it's
said no-
great.
No Nickies?
Properly, just me seeing
One.
that.
Just focusing on that. Sans the
one.
Nickies. Yes, I understand.
Sans the monster Nickies.
Yes. Grit, please. I believe that was what I asked last time. And it's going to be an 8.
Oh, well, I hope I explode because my grit is a D8.
Ooh.
It is a 7 and I have 1 adversity token, so I'm just going to add it.
Okay.
It's an unnatural 8.
You see,
No more adversity token.
you look around and you're just focusing for a second. And then, after a moment of really focusing and really thinking about like what happened last time and opening that hole and going into it, no torrent of Nickies, no ocean of them, none of that. Just the procedure. Simple, clean, factual, just replicate it again, right? Like just do that again? Okay.
Yeah.
And soon enough, you hear all around you a gigantic and then above you, you just see as the white turns at a wrong angle to itself, and you see little bits of white fall from the ceiling as well and drop onto the ground and splatter into 1,000 degrees. And a small black hole is there way at the top of this big white space. Right.
Yeah.
Did that happen last time?
No.
No. But it's a start. And if we believe, maybe the hole will be closer. This is an all-white space. Who's to say that the ceiling's not right above my head? And
Roll for it. Grit. Difficulty of 8.
Much better than my idea. My idea was lying down and try to walk up.
Oh, I was like, can we fly? Is that a thing?
I got a D12 for grit. That is, what is it? That is, it's a 6, not a 9. But I have 2 adversity tokens, which would bring it to an 8.
Hey,
going to do that.
okay. Yeah. Not if I pull it down like this. Jumps up, grabs the hole, yanks it. It's like a zipper. Literally, you see the whiteness come apart at that very top and pull down. It's like you're pulling a shirt over your head from the inside, except you're just looking, you're Supermaning it. You're just straight up, just like, yeah! And you pull it down, and you look to your right. And there all of you are, in an even bigger white space, 30 feet away from you. And then 30 feet down from that is another set of you. And then another 30 feet down is another set of you. And leaning forward, you just look down, and all 5 of you do this and look down the line of repeated copies of the 5 of yourself going down the line in endless successions in both directions in this infinite white space.
Oh, that
like
didn't
looking-
happen last time.
It's like looking at 2 mirrors facing each other.
Mhm.
Yeah. In an elevator.
And Robbie just sort of like turns to Andy. You tried to reproduce last time, didn't you?
Yeah.
You thought about it. Yes. Sometimes facts can be too factual. And then, and he just points, and the endless row of Robbies in every direction just point at the endless row of Robbies. We've mirrored ourselves. We've reflected it back.
We'll make it stop.
I don't know how.
So are these all of the different versions of us all together?
Or is it just
All of the ones?
Oh, no, this is
The ones
just
that are like-
replicants of ourselves. You see, if you look down, and he like points, and you all look down, you see that every other Robbie is describing this to all 4 of the people with them in the same way. Every group, this is just a mirror. So, you know how when I said, and all of these hand gestures are being mirrored awkwardly throughout the entire line. You know how I said that when we have a group together, they're like, the other ones, the others versions of this, those are the same but different broom. These are all from the same broom, so it is exactly like that. See, Dee? It's exactly like when you get 2 mirrors placed up against one another, and you just look into infinity.
So, do we need to break the mirror?
I don't think so.
Potentially, I don't know. It's a real
These aren't-
stumper.
These
Isn't
aren't
it?
like old and new versions of ourselves. These are just shadows,
Mirrors.
reflections. So
Well, no. Well, they're not quite. They are us. Those are exactly ourselves. They're literal mirrored copies. It's
can I
not
touch it? Can we touch ourselves? Not in a weird, just in a.
No, not in a weird way.
in
But yeah, I'll demonstrate. And you see, so here's the group that you're in, and here's the reflected group nearest to you. And you see the Ravi from your group begin walk. He's like, "Let me demonstrate for you," and he begins walking to that group, and the other Ravi begins walking to the next group, and they all walk down, and he gets to that one, but another Ravi has gotten to yours, and he just turns to you. See what I mean?
He's the same. We're all the same.
We're all the same. It's just a matter of self-reflection and identification. Huh. Anyways, the camera cuts hard to the other Andy. You are waking up at your home. It's a nice morning. Everything's very casual. And Tara's in your bed right next to you. Prime Terra. This is Prime Terra and other Andy.
This is weird.
I'm also waking up.
Yeah, waking up right in bed next to Andy. Very like Andy is holding on to your arm, and you are
Oh my
at
god, Andy.
sort of an angle in bed where you're like splayed out a little bit.
So that was in a dream.
No.
I'm gonna go to the calendar. Just wait, I wouldn't know that. Other and you wouldn't know that. I'm gonna get up and be like, that was really trippy.
Yeah. Can I look around your room?
Of course, of course.
I look for
Tara?
our other people.
Right?
Yeah.
Tara.
Tara.
Yeah,
Oh,
sorry, I
right.
just
Oh
met you
my
last
gosh,
night.
you're not my Andy.
Right. I'm an Andy.
Okay. Andy, I need a couple of things. First of all, we need to figure out what day it is. Second of all, do you have a computer that I could access?
Oh,
I
yeah,
need to
sure.
check forums.
Yeah. It's in the attic. Let me just let's just go to the attic because I have all my stuff there anyway. And
Okay, and then we should probably try calling the other people.
right, do you have their numbers?
Yeah. I mean, yes.
And I just pass you my cell phone. The
Oh,
Nokia. Yeah.
cool.
The date should be on there too.
This is my first time using one of these. What does the date say?
The date says March 22nd, 1997.
What does it say?
Okay. Well, it says March 22nd, 1997, which means...
But that was yesterday.
Yeah, so it's actually today, again.
Wait, I just
But-
want to double check something. When did Groundhog came out?
I think it was 80s, right?
I think so. Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah. Let's just double check.
1993.
Oh, yeah,
19,
okay.
yeah, 93, baby. There we go. Yeah.
What year is this again?
97.
97. So it's a
we're good.
groundhog situation? Groundhog movie situation?
Yes. Yes, it's kind of like that. And so we knew this could happen. And that's why we still went to the cult place, because we wanted to just keep progressing the timeline. But the problem is we might not even be in the same... We're not in the same timeline as we were yesterday.
Okay.
And any number of things could be wrong here.
Okay.
You could have people in your life who have disappeared or look different
Okay.
or have been eaten by werewolves.
What?
I know. I
Okay.
know.
It's fine. It's totally fine. I'm gonna go look and just see if my parents are non-werewolves.
Okay. I'm gonna make these calls, and then do you want to meet up in the attic? I know I haven't been to
Yeah,
your
the
house
attic is.
before, but I've been
Oh.
to your house before, actually.
Oh. Okay.
Okay, so I'll
Yeah.
meet you up there. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, be careful.
So Andy's going. Andy, you're going to look for your parents.
Like, yeah. See if they're...
You go downstairs and you see the calendar right beside the staircase. It says the same date. March 22nd, Saturday, 1997. You walk down, you look in the kitchen, and your mother is there blending a smoothie. It looks, or like some sort of blended fruit drink using the smoothie is the term for that, right? Okay, smoothie. She's making herself a smoothie. I'm having trouble with English, folks.
Hey, Mom.
Hey, good morning.
How are you today?
I'm fine, sweetheart.
Do you
Anything
have
wrong with you?
work?
No, it's Saturday.
So you don't have work because it's the weekend, not that you just don't work.
Yes.
Where's Dad?
Oh, he's over at his friend's house. I think they're setting up for the poker game today.
Which friend?
Oh. Well, I'm not quite sure about all your father's friends. I think it was Bill Richardson's he was going over to. Not quite sure, though.
Okay.
Bill would probably know.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go upstairs. We're still Filipino, right?
Yes, of course we're... Are you all right, Leo? Something's wrong with you,
What?
it seems like.
I'm sorry, my name is... What'd you call me?
Leo.
Can you say my full name, please?
Well, this seems a little silly. Like, you don't ever want me to say your full name, but... Leo? Samora? Do you want your medal, or...
Leo Zamora?
Leonardo Andrew Zamora. Get in here. Is that... I don't... Is this some sort of game? I'm not quite sure.
Do I have any siblings?
Siblings? No. No. Goodness. No, no, no. You don't have any siblings. Of course not.
Gonna go back upstairs.
Okay. Well, if... Are you sure you're not all right? You look a little red. And she just, like, comes up to you and puts her hand on your forehead. Are you feeling okay, sweetheart?
Yeah, I'm fine.
You sure?
Yeah. Do we have a lot of money still?
Yes,
Okay.
dear. We still have a lot of money.
All right.
Dad's done very well for himself this year. He got a bonus last Christmas. Do you not remember? Do you have amnesia? Oh, I've heard of this. People stay up playing video games all the time, and then they wake up, they don't know who they are, they're completely disassociated from themselves.
I'm okay.
I'm going to talk to your father. I swear to God.
Okay, Mom, it's fine. I'm gonna go to the attic. See you. Bye.
Okay. Don't play in too many video games.
I will not. Definitely. Leo
Okay.
is not gonna play video games. And I'm gonna go upstairs and I'll like.
All right.
So,
Who's the first person you call, Tara?
Dee Dee.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Also, the number I have most memorized. I don't know Nikki's as well.
That makes sense. Calling that number, you pick it up, and you just hear a very solemn voice. Panginiban residence.
I'm sorry, what?
Panginiban residence, hello?
I'm sorry, I thought I was calling the Persaud residence.
Wrong number. Just hangs up.
Okay, I'm gonna try again.
Panginiban residence.
Hi, is Dee Dee there?
Is this the same person who just called?
Yes.
No, there's not a Dee Dee here. How old are you? Do your
13.
parents know that you're calling?
I borrowed a friend's cell phone.
So
Who are
this is
you?
one of those. I'm Manuel.
Panganiban.
Yes. That's right.
Well, I am sorry to bother you, Mr. Panganiban. And at this point, I'm imagining Andy Leo walks back in and I like catches me saying that on the
So
phone.
my name is not Panganiban here. It's Zamora.
Okay, thank you, bye. And I hang up.
Yeah, have it. And then just hang up. You see the door to the attic open. And the other Robbie walks out. So far as I've been able to tell, there's nothing on this computer that is able to determine that where's the rest of us?
Hey. Andy, are you
Yes.
still a Panganiban?
No, I'm a Zamora.
What? Okay, because I think I just talked to your dad on the phone, and he said this was the Panganiban residence, and Dee Dee wasn't there.
Okay.
How are you
Are
here?
you what are you the angry one that was
Probably.
For lack of a better term, yes, I suppose I'm the angry one.
Okay, so
I'm Mr. Prasad, Robbie.
right.
Nice to meet you, I suppose. I haven't introduced myself. And he just sort of gives a little curt nod to Andy.
So I don't know where the others are then, and I don't know how far off of our timeline we are, but apparently pretty weird because Andy's a Zamora here.
Oh, I
So
didn't check that.
Celine was also Celine Zamora. Maybe I should call Celine, and then I'll dial Celine's number as well.
All right. Dee Dee. You wake up to your father calling you and just saying, Dee Dee, darling, you mind getting the phone?
Oh, you're on mute.
You are muted.
You are correct. I was muted. Did she see her dad, or she just heard that voice?
Yeah, she just heard her voice. You're in your bedroom. Makes sense.
Okay. Okay. She kind of just gets up and looks around and goes for the phone.
You wake up, you go for the phone. It's your house. This is prime Dee Dee, by the way. This is prime Dee Dee that you are. You go for the phone. It's your house. Standard phone. Pick it up.
Hello?
Dee Dee?
Tara! Oh my gosh. There's a strange man in my house.
Well, make it even stranger because I just called Celine's number. And Andy is a Zamora, and when I tried calling your number, I got Andy's dad. So
Okay. So we're all switched around, but
we're pretty far off.
Okay. We need to meet up again, I think.
Yeah, I should tell you that the other version of your dad is here.
So he
I'm gonna
made
like
it.
step away down the hall, like.
Well, as gross as he is, I think we need him. He's the only one who really understands all of this.
Understands might be a strong word. But I get it. I didn't want to meet up without at least giving you the heads up.
Sure. So are we meeting at Andy's then? Did you hear me?
I didn't. I'm sorry.
Oh, no. Are we meeting at Andy's then?
Sure. Yes, it is the same house, just a different family. I don't know. It's complicated, but it should still be the same address. The house looks the same.
Okay. But what about Nikki? Is Nikki with you? I don't know if you're hearing me. Renee?
Are you there, Renee? Can you hear us, Renee?
Yes, now I can.
Oh.
Sorry.
It's okay. Fun little technical
That's okay.
wobbles. That's
People are
okay.
freezing, and Chris keeps disappearing from my screen.
Oh.
Oh, well, that would make it difficult to hold a conversation, I imagine.
Yeah.
Is it better now though?
Not sure why. Yeah,
Is
yes, I can hear you now.
Okay.
Okay.
Great. I had just asked if Nikki was with you.
No. Nikki's not here. I was gonna try calling her next, but I thought you might remember her phone number.
I don't have it. I can try and get this strange person to drive me to her house and then to Andy's house.
And then you just...
And she's not there with you? Because Andy and I woke up together.
Oh. What were you gonna say, Riley?
Well, I was going to say at that moment, as Tara is saying, because Andy and I woke up together, you just feel a very light tap that's kind of familiar on your shoulder. Do you turn to look? Yeah.
Yeah.
Turning to look, it's the other Robbie. And he just quietly says, I didn't kill him, I just knocked him out, all right? Clean it that way.
What? I thought you were at Andy's house.
What?
Dee, is everything okay?
What?
Other
No.
Robbie's
Dee,
here.
hello? What? No,
Robbie?
other Robbie's here. I looked down the hall. Is other Robbie still there? Other
Yeah,
Robbie is
there's other Robbie
100%
down the
still
hall.
here.
I scramble out of bed. Who are you?
Other Robbie. The one you hate, you know.
What's my name?
Datu.
Tara, this Robbie seems normal.
Okay.
I'm going to slowly grab my super soaker.
One of
Yeah.
them.
Yeah, you slowly grab your super soaker, and the other Robbie's just there standing beside you. He just like looks at you, Are you all right?
Hey, Didi, can you just stay on the phone for a little bit?
Yep, I'm not gonna hang up.
Cool. Cool. I think we have some questions for other Ravi.
Okay. I'm going to put it on speaker.
Yeah, okay. I will look at the phone briefly and figure out how to do that.
Got a big button that's labeled
Oh,
SPKR.
easy.
on it.
Okay, cool.
And then it's got 3 little lines. Yeah.
Good. Easy enough.
Yeah.
So how can you be in 2 places at once?
Ah. Yes. Oh, that's not good. And you hear the other Ravi say that next to you, DD Prime. You hear your Ravi, Andy and Tara say that next to you. Oh, that's not good. And then in the white space with the rest of the 4 of you, out of the complete blue, you just hear the other Ravi say, "Oh, that's not good." I think I've been multiplied.
Great. There are more of you. Exactly what we needed.
DD
I
Prime
can take
is
care
going to
of this.
realize that. Sorry.
No, you go ahead.
Um,
Dottie.
that. What did you say? Something about knocking someone out?
Yes, the other fellow in here. He looks exactly like me.
She like looks over the other side of the bed.
Yeah, you look, and there is a country bumpkin version of Ravi just knocked out cold on the floor. Just like the Peter Griffin splay. He's got one loop on his coveralls off, his flannel's a little messed up. You see he's got on a Leonard Skinner hat pointed backwards.
It's probably for the best.
Yes, I really didn't quite like him, I'll be honest. Also, what are you wearing? And he just points at you, and it's like the most rural clothes that you can imagine. It's a very nice, like, button-down flannel top, denim.
It's comfy. It's
Oh, that's good.
good for movement. Anyway, you need to drive me to Nikki's house and then to Andy's house. Let's go.
Which one should you like me to remain? He asks that across all 3, by the way. He just says that. Which one would you like me to remain, by the way?
What?
Sorry, I'm talking to someone else in a different area. It's very complicated. We're not tethered to one thing, but apparently I am.
I need an adult who can drive.
I can drive us, yes. We can wait until after. Yeah, let me just get the keys.
Who are
and
you
just
talking to?
And he just like turns over to Andy. As I said, another person in another timeline. And like as your Ravi Didi is walking over and like palming through, he just says, as I said, talking to another person, another timeline, in specific Dottie on this one. And he just says that to you talking.
She gets it. She's like, oh, okay, yeah.
Are you?
This is also with the mirror people, right?
This is also the mirror people. Yeah.
That's
Infinite
terrifying.
amounts of Ravis turned in the same way. Yeah.
Other Ravi, how many places are you right now?
Ooh, 1, 2, many, too many. At least 2, but it overflows after that. Recursion? No, reflection, yes. It seems I'm duplicating.
Okay. So this could
Can you
happen
Stop
more.
it.
Yes, this could have been more, but it also could have been far less.
Okay.
Sorry, what was that, Andy?
No, I said, can you stop it?
Oh, sure.
I'm not
Gotta?
sure I believe that.
Well, yes, I can. I just need a place to dispose of all of these. It's going to be very difficult. And he just looks at the line. I'm not sure. We could imagine a gun, and then I just...
No! No shooting.
There's no reason for me to be so many of me in this space, and it's clear that it's interfering with the other spaces as well. There's more than two of me, you know?
We were just watching this monologue. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, who are you talking to right now?
Oh, yes, I suppose I should clarify. And then he just explains where everybody is, except for the other Nikki.
Okay. Okay, so we know where everyone but Nikki and Celine are.
Nikki Prime is... Yes, with me. And then the one inside the white space just points. Yes, there you are. Good. Good job. Can't find the other one, though. Only the 7 of you.
You're not with the other Nikki too, right?
If I am, I can't get a read.
Okay. Okay.
Did we merge?
Good question. You know, I hadn't thought of that one myself. Did you merge? Right, you all abhor violence.
You
Okay.
can talk to our friends.
Sure, you can talk to your friends and figure it out.
Walkie-talkie.
Yes, I suppose this is a convenient means of communication throughout the spectrum. I think I can limit it to where I can just speak to the version that you want to speak to, if that makes sense. I can limit it, I think. So I shouldn't get rid of every one of myself.
Not yet.
Not yet. I'm all right. Jolly good.
I mean, Dee Dee needs a driver, so
Well, I've got the keys now, and then the one in Dee Dee's house just pulls out the keys from the pocket of the other Ravi, just sort of jingles them, tosses them up, catches them. Right, keys, shall we?
All right.
Right.
okay.
Should we stop by your friend's house?
Yes, I want to get Nikki.
Right. Sure.
Okay,
All right.
Dee Dee, I'll let you go unless you have a cell phone and can call me back, but just be safe, okay?
Okay. I don't have a cell phone, but my mom does.
Oh. And then the two of you just look around this space. It's very Spartan and rural and lo-fi. The phone is a rotary. So,
Cool.
and he just looks around. Yes. Where would your mother be?
I have no idea.
Yes,
She's
me neither.
either usually at the computer or in bed.
All right. This appears to only have one floor. Makes it easy enough. And just walks around the house. Nope, live alone. And just walks back around. He's a bachelor, this one. Or at least currently. He might be a divorcee or widowy. It's hard to say with all these realities. There's so many different endings that they can meet.
Okay, no, Mom. So I guess I'll just have to let you go. But
Just-
I will be there hopefully soon.
Yeah,
Or
hurry,
you can talk to the Ravi and
please.
we have a
Yeah,
walk. Yeah, you could just
We-
use.
True. I was
have
just
interdimensional walkie-talkies.
Sort of have our own cell phones, so to speak, yeah. Yes. That's
Okay.
what I am. A worse Ravi, a better cell phone.
Yeah, well.
okay.
becoming
Well, at least
self-aware.
you have other Ravi. Okay.
Yeah.
Just hurry.
I will.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And I'll hang up and just try to find the exit to this bachelor pad.
Yeah, it's not that difficult to find. You find the front door, He hops in the car. It is a 1987 Toyota Camry. This one's real. It is a rust bucket. It's a real clinker. Thought I got rid of this car. Hops in. Are you calling the other Nikki? Or trying to, Tara? Or are we just heading over to that house sans
Sure.
phone call?
The Sans phone call probably because I think we established we don't have Nikki's number memorized.
Mhm.
That's true. Fair. You drive over to where Nikki's house has been. And the other Robbie knows this as well, and he drives there. And it is a completely empty plot of land. Empty of home. However, it is full of foliage. A beautiful forest is seated there. Very thick. It looks like it hasn't been cut ever. It might be old growth.
I bet there's some cool birds in there.
Yes, probably. Probably a dicky bird, too.
You know about dicky birds?
Yes.
What do
Do
they
you?
look like? Yeah, Nikki saw one in our
Well,
original.
they're Oh, she saw one. Well, that's not good.
Oh, why not?
They're harbingers of despair, and paranormal activity is the problem.
Oh, well, it was right.
Yes, it seems it was. Huh.
Okay. I don't know where else Nikki might be.
I don't know
Maybe-
either.
Maybe the Grange? Where would it have kicked her?
Where did Nikki find those dicky birds?
In the forest, by the lake, by the river.
Let's get a look, shall we?
Yes.
Right. Robbie just gets out of the vehicle, begins walking down. It's one of those very long and loping, like, switchbacks. Like, it's not difficult to walk. It goes down, and then after a while it turns back, and gradually it goes down. After about halfway down, the other Robbie... I imagine you're not talking to one another much at this point.
Not really.
About halfway down, the other Robbie just says, "So he taught you that as well? The bit about hunting, that is."
Yeah. We talked a lot about life in England and things he used to do growing up and dreams that he had. And he's a scientist as well, so he really wanted me to do that, but encouraged me to do whatever I wanted to do. But I also just liked hanging around him.
That's good. What, did you go on many hunting trips, or was it just more of the one time?
It was really just the one time. I didn't have much of a stomach for it, but I wanted to experience it, and he wanted to share it with me.
That's good of him.
Did you
Good.
go hunting a lot with your Dee Dee?
No, I didn't get the chance to. She passed when she was 4. Passed, I say. Why bother the euphemism? She was 4 years old. I didn't get many chances to do anything with her. She was just a small thing.
Were you there when it happened?
Yes, I was.
I I can understand why experiencing something like that could make you a bitter person, or at least a cynical one. So I guess I'm sorry for being mean to you.
Can you really understand it, though? Can you? I mean, I am the only outlier, you know? Across the entire spectrum, there is all of the me's who have families, and then there's all the me's who are dead. I'm the simple outlier in that. But it's good of you to say, though. Appreciate it.
Sorry.
Or what? No, I'm... Dashivel, I'm sorry. And he just stops and he just turns. It's very difficult having to confront every other version of reality where your life is better and you get to have a family. So, I'm sorry. It is bitter and lonely.
Well, I don't fully understand everything that's going on, but if there's a way for you to insert yourself in another timeline where you can be happy, I think you should.
My dear girl, it's just... Maybe. Maybe we'll find a way. Perhaps.
My dad
Maybe
always
we will.
does, yeah.
What does he always say?
A lot of things.
I suppose that's true, isn't it?
But what were you-
Here we are.
Okay.
Isn't this the place where your friend... And he just points up.
Yeah, it was around here. And I just, Nikki, are you out here?
Nikki, you wake up in your nest to the sound of the calls of Nikki.
Oh, hello? Is
Mhm.
someone there?
Nikki?
Hello?
Nikki,
Is
where are
someone there?
you?
You don't hear... You hear... All right, let me...
Okay.
Yes, that's the one. You hear this weird call. Thank you, Nikki, for translating. And you hear this weird call in the trees. And you hear the call of a bird. It's just a bird. You should continue looking.
Being from the Birdwatchers Club and enjoying it, would Dee Dee recognize that this call is not native to the area and is different from the birds that we know frequent this?
Brains 6, please.
Okay. 14.
That sounds weirdly like the whistle that Nikki sometimes does to get people's attention.
Wait, Ravi, no. Nikki, can you come closer to wherever you are, wherever we are? That has to be her. She makes that.
Do you want to... You hear this and you understand all of it perfectly fine, Nikki.
I get up and I stretch my wings out.
Uh-huh.
Do I know yet?
You know what this is. You know what you are. They're very good at mimicking things.
I kind of shake myself off and I stretch my wings out, and I think maybe it hasn't registered, but instinctually I know. And I take off, and I glide closer and I say, Dee Dee, I'm up here. Dee Dee, I'm over here. Can you hear me? And it
And
comes out.
You want to describe what you look like? What bird you are?
Oh, I'm a beautiful bird with a neck that's long, but
Mhm.
not, and feathers that are of any color, of all colors, with feet like sharp talons, but small and scritchy, and a beak that's so round, but sharp.
Ah,
I'm a Nicky bird. And I swoop towards
Oh
the
my
sound
God.
of Dee Dee's voice as quickly as I can. And I think that with my big but also very small eyes, I probably peer down and see them. And I swoop in with a flourish of wings. I land comfortably on a log nearby them, and I say, "I'm so glad I found you guys. Have you seen the others?" And it just comes out as a string of whistling.
actually, if you wouldn't mind, I think I can deal with this one. And then, just in that same speech, Robbie begins imitating the noises that you're making, and through it, through it, begins to speak directly to you, Nicky Bird, and says, "Right, Nicky, are any of the others with you?"
With me, no. I've just been up in my nest.
Nest, right? And then the Ravi inside of the egg just sort of turns to Andy, actual Andy, and just looks and says, "I think we should probably keep focusing on the way. Actually, Nikki, do
Chip, chip.
you mind going looking in your nest?"
Sure. And
would
I
just
take off.
want
Hmm?
to ask, we are hearing all of the Ravis say all of this.
Yep.
Cool. I think at first when they were talking about family stuff in the car, respectful silence, let them talk.
Yeah.
Now we have our attention back.
Yeah. And Robbie's raised his voice. It's clear he's talking to different people and like
And he's made weird
he's
sounds.
Robbie talkie now. Yeah.
Yeah, Ravi Taki.
Robbie talkie and Nikki Bird.
Nicky Bird, like dips my majestic beak and takes off to go look at the nest.
Dipspeak, majestic nest.
Hmm.
In your nest, there is exactly one egg. It's a very large egg.
An egg.
And it's also a very small egg. It's got a lot of mottled dots on its surface in a lot of blue and pink colorations, and a completely clean surface, completely devoid of any markings whatsoever. White, purest white, with rainbows shooting across it every so often. And yeah, it's just sitting in the nest.
I'm exceedingly proud of it.
It's a very good egg. You should be.
I've made an egg! I shout.
And then you just hear next to you, Dee Dee, Robbie just goes, "Do, good job!" Whistles with an English accent. I don't know how to do that. Whistles Englishly.
Well, why did you want me to come and look at this?
Maybe try helping it along a little.
Do you know anything about birds? You don't just open your own egg.
No, but the people inside may need some help.
people inside?
Give it a crack.
We inside an egg?
Oh
Okay, Nikki Bird looks strangely at the egg
Yeah, it's
out
got
of
a
one
little hole
eye,
on top of it
and
too.
then turns its head and looks at the other.
And everyone inside of the white space looks up and see two huge bird eyes that look vaguely like Nikki's eyes peek through.
And Nikki says, I really hope at the end of this all, you prove to be a trustworthy individual. And goes, bam! And just one quick.
The whiteness explodes out. The reflective mirrors of the inside of the egg all shatter into 1,000,000,000,000,000 surfaces as the Nikki Bird egg opens to let the 5 of you to the nest.
Are we small?
Yeah. Yeah, y'all are the size of, like, ants at this point.
Oh my
The 5 of you
gosh.
in the egg. And
Tara
you see them.
screams.
They look pretty tasty, Nikki Bird, by the way.
no. Oh no.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Friends, not food.
Tiny Nikki looks up and is like, that's the bird! I told you it was real.
And everyone can see the beautiful, long, short-necked, beautifully plumaged, terribly plumaged Nikki Bird sitting on the edge of the nest.
And it goes. I gotta admit, that's pretty cool.
Looks at Dee Dee. Can we hold hands now?
I don't think so, but as soon as we're corporeal, I think we should.
Oh yeah, y'all are very corporeal. Yeah.
How's my foot?
Okay.
Your foot is still in. Your foot is still in your hand, and there's a nice clear bit of flesh over where it disconnected and where your joint disconnected at the bottom.
I'm gonna try to like put it together now that I'm out of the egg. Does that work at all?
Andy, you might have done some irreparable damage there.
Oh no.
No.
And Andy's just holding her foot.
Right. Can I go
Uh,
back in the egg for like 2 seconds?
Robbie just looks around at the carnage of 1 billion pieces of egg split apart into the nest and just says, we can figure it out. We can figure it out. Yes. Not now. Not here.
Wait, and then I just hop onto like a shell and just like try to stick my foot, see if that works. No.
This is a grit 20, and I'm gonna let you roll it.
A grit 20. Wait. I could. It's gonna be impossible. What is my grit? My grit is 8. Okay. Maybe.
It's possible.
It is if I just roll 3 8, or like at least 2.
Yeah.
No, the first one is a 5.
Yeah, you hop on it and immediately splay out and fall
Aw.
to the floor.
Dang.
It doesn't hurt you. You're not bleeding. It's not bad. But miniature Robbie just sort of nods and says, yes, I was worried about that. Oh, speaking of one, he points at the bird, and then he points at himself next to Dee Dee. 2, and then he points to himself standing in the hallway next to Andy and Tara. 3. There appear to be 3 of me in this reality. Now, it's better than the infinite egg people.
Nikki Bird says, would you like me to deliver you to Dee Dee and one of their versions of yourselves? You're very small. He could smush you really quick.
Yes. Oh, Tweedle Tweet, that would be great. I would love that. Oh, Tweedle Tweet, hold on. Let me tell you this. Nikki Bird is going to take us down to the others. We can't exactly do it
Nikki
ourselves.
Bird.
So climb aboard, everyone.
Nikki Bird holds out a sharply taloned tiny pigeon leg. and says, "Climb aboard
Mhm.
and hold on very tight. This is going to be awesome."
Okay.
But it just
Robbie
comes out
climbs
in
aboard.
tweets.
Does everybody else climb aboard, Nikki Bird?
Yes,
The
very
miniatures, I should say.
nervously.
And holding Dee Dee's hand, I imagine.
Prime Nikki fully trusts this bird version, and in fact is thrilled. In fact, has been wanting this all along, really. And is mostly just jealous that it's not her.
My
But
baby is sad. I lost my foot.
Yes. Well, and all three Robbies are saying this. Like one of the big ones is just speaking, and so the other two are just they're murmuring it. So it's not like three versions of it. But the one standing next to Dee Dee just says, "Right. Should we head back to the Grange and sort this out?"
I think that's the best plan, yes.
Right.
We can meet them there.
Right. I just need to explain, and this is this is Leo. Leo Zamora. I just need to explain, either sneak you guys out or explain to my mom, why I have a child and an adult man in my bed in my attic.
Oh. Yes.
is there a window you
You-
can climb out?
Could distract your mom and we could go out the front door.
That is correct. I will lean out of the attic and go, "Mom, Mrs. Bernadette Zamora."
Yes, Leo Zamora.
I have a surprise for you. Can you go to your bedroom?
I knew something was up with you. Yes, coming 1 second. She says that part like she's not trying for you to hear it, but like is heard anyway. Eventually she comes up. Yes, what is it?
Can you go to your bedroom?
Okay.
Okay. Go.
And
Just sit there until I say,
That's it?
There's a surprise.
okay. All right. Okay. All right. All right. Wonder what it could be.
Okay.
Just heads to the bedroom.
Go.
Okay.
And then just the swarm of Nikki Bird carrying 5 miniaturized versions of yourselves, plus the 2 Robbies, plus everyone else, just like tramps up the stairs all the way to the top, and enters into Andy's attic.
No, we're leaving. We're going to the Grange.
Oh, you're
we're going
leaving.
to-
You're
we're
leaving.
going to
You're
the
leaving.
Grange.
Like,
Yeah.
what?
So
Sorry, my bad. Leave out of the way. And everybody heads to the Grange.
meeting at the Grange.
Meeting at the Grange. Nikki Bird
We're
takes
arriving in
flight
style.
with her crew.
If my mom
Yes.
comes out, there is a paper on the kitchen table. It just says, "Surprise! I'll see you later."
I love that. She comes out and just looks. I don't understand today's kids. And then just like goes back to what she was doing with her smoothie. Leaves. Nikki Bird takes flight, and then the Ravi and Dee Dee, I guess, head back to the car and begin walking back up. Yeah. Eventually,
Yeah.
all of you make your way there. I think it's reasonable to say that the group on foot, the bird, and the car all relatively are able to get there at roughly the same
Excellent.
amount of time. Not too terrible distraction. You all manage to get there. Nikki Bird drops everyone off in the big roundabout. The car is pulled up, and you wait for the last few people to get to your group and straggle in. And Robbie just turns to all of you and says, "All right, so I think we should head into the Grange. We should have a discussion about what happened. Maybe decide how to proceed from here. Maybe decide how we fix this. Yes, does that sound good to everyone? I'm not trying to be. I just think that might be the
Are
best course
we
of
still
action.
very tiny? Okay, great.
Yeah, there's 5.
Okay.
There's 4 of you that are still very tiny. Yeah. There's Nikki and Nikki Bird. Now, basically.
Just a delight. Just a delight. Real Nikki is actually contemplating a maybe a universe where she can stay and be a little elf with her Nikki Bird as her mount, and it's like, is this a possible outcome in this situation?
Yeah. But we're all headed back into the Grange. That's not disagreed with, I suppose. Okay. Heading back into the Grange, Robbie just turns to all of you and just sort of says, right, so let's get this sorted, and we'll figure out how. It's still Saturday, so that gives us a good amount of time, and it's early in the morning, so it's not necessarily a lot that could go wrong. Opens the door. There are 12 Celines inside of the Grange. And a Celine-sized, a Ravi-sized Celine that is dressed like other Ravi. And the two groups just turn to one another, and the 4 Ravis now just sort of go, ah, right. That's where we're going to hang off for this week, folks.
Oh my gosh, Riley.
Every time I think that we are going to figure something out, we
don't.
change it.
No idea what's happening.
You figured some things out, though.
True. True.
Part by part. Making progress, and we are now, I think, officially halfway through our season. This is the halfway point. I know. So, thank you everybody for joining us for this show Tuesday. I hope that you have all enjoyed it. I'm Riley Gritch on Twitter and Twitch. I did my spiel at the beginning, and my brain is just a bunch of cracked giant Nicky eggs. So I'm going to let everybody else take it from here. How about we go with Glyza? You want to lead us into the outros?
Sure. Hey, I'm Glyza, they, them. I played Adriana on Andy Panganiban, Prime Andy. I also played Other Andy. Prime Andy has lost a foot. Other Andy is now actually Leo Zamora. At least there's only 2 of us. That's all I'm saying now. At least there's only 2 of us. I'm a person of many hats. I'm a podcast host. I'm a writer, a variety streamer. I am a talk show host of a show called Trial Run, where I interview different TTRPG personalities, creators, players, GMs, and everything else in between. I create a character with them and run them through a quick one-shot. Speaking of TTRPG personalities, I am one as well. I will be on the internet every day this week until Sunday, twice on Sunday, actually. If you want to see all of the stuff I'm in, just check out bio.link/classicalglyza to see wherever it is you can find me for the week, or just look at classicalglyza on the internet, on the socials, especially on Twitter, because that's where I make all of my announcements. Follow me over there.
Cool. Thank you. Chris, do you want to go next?
Sure. Hi, everyone. I'm Chris. I played Dee Dee. She was the brilliant mathlete playbook, or is. I don't know. I'm speaking about her in past tense. Don't read into that, Riley. My brain is also bushed.
Been a
but
day.
Yeah, it truly has been a day. You can find me at Carpet Christie on the socials. That's kind of it. Renee, I choose you.
Hi, thank you for choosing me. I'm Renee Rhodes, she, her. I played Tara today, Tara Troy, both Taras, actually. Tara Prime and Other Tara, and it has been an absolute joy. This game is testing me every week in like the good roleplay challenge way. And I love it. I can't wait to see what happens next because my gosh, it's gonna surprise me. I have not seen a single thing coming in this game. Thanks for watching. You can find me on Twitter at RayDNR, where I post about any projects I have going on, as well as life stuff and pictures of my cats. I have this game on Tuesday nights, Scion game on Saturdays, 1 p.m. Eastern on Wandering DM's channel, and also podcast projects on the horizon, including an episode for International Podcasting Month next month. So thanks all for being here, and we'll see what happens next week.
And finally, last but not least,
I am Kels, she, they. I played Nikki and Nikki Bird today. Had a great time doing it too. You can find me on socials at PokeKels. You can also please look me up at Red Scale Design, where all my fantasy themed, fantasy nerd and excite and just plain cool artwork is located. So I hope you have a great night, and I hope that you tune in next time, because that's where we are every Tuesday evening. Bring this crazy reality to you. I'm sometimes on the internet for other things, but just follow me on socials and you'll know when those things happen.
big thanks to Christiana for running production on this. Thank you so much. Also to Anne, who's been in the chat and been doing great with the links and all of that fun stuff in chat. Thank you, everybody who came. Everybody more through a sub. Thank you for that. And thank you all to everyone who's lurked and stuck around. We are going to be heading into a raid after this, so don't go anywhere. We're going to be passing off the torch.
Let's go
getting on the fun.
raiding.
Yeah, but we are going to say goodbye for the night. So with that, have a good rest of your evening, and go pass on some of that love to our raid. Bye, everybody. Have a good evening.